Welcome back to Live Impact News here on WCNC Plus. All right, so it's a Monday night, the day before Election Day, but it's also an important day because later tonight, making for a historic moment for the culinary scene in Charlotte. This is really awesome. For the first time ever, Michelin Guide coming to the Carolinas, and the highly anticipated reveal happens tonight. Food writer, lifestyle guru, Charlotte's own Shindy Chen joining us live in the Live Impact studio right now. Shindy, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
You have been following this for pretty closely now.
Yeah.
And now the moment is here.
That's correct.
First, tell me, you have a watch party tonight. That alone is sounds like it's going to be fabulous. What is this watch party? Where can people go?
Yes, the watch party is at Substrate, which is a wine bar. It's actually situated right behind Optimus Hall, so if you're familiar with the uptown area, it's very easy to get to. Tons of space. There's going to be karaoke. There's going to be a food truck. Hello Uncle will be there. It's considered industry night, but any friends of the food industry can go. So me and my fellow food writer, Tim Depew, we're going to be hosting a live stream of the Michelin Guide American South ceremony, and it starts at 7:15, but we'll be there from 6 p.m. So we're going to be watching live as they announce which restaurants get the recognition for any Michelin Bib Gourmand or 1, 2, or 3 stars.
All right, we're looking at some video or pictures, I should say, of the event that took place in Texas. And for people who may not be familiar, explain what the Michelin Guide is and why tonight's announcement is such a big deal for Charlotte.
Yeah, well, Charlotte has historically not been known as a foodie destination. You know, when you think of like food cities, you think more Charleston in the South, or you think even Asheville has gotten a lot of recognition. So what happened was the tourism board invested heavily with Michelin to bring the inspectors to our region. So over the past several months, the inspectors are anonymous. They basically visit several restaurants multiple times. They want consistency. They evaluate the food quality. They evaluate the value. They evaluate how much of the chef's personality comes through in the menu and the flavor and the quality of the food. So that's how they determine which restaurants get notoriety and recognition. There are several different levels of recognition. You may have heard, a 3-star Michelin is a really big deal. And I will say, I don't think any Carolinas restaurants are going to get that type of, recognition. There's only 16 3-star Michelin restaurants in the whole country in the U.S., and I've been to roughly half of them. And it's just a level that I don't think Charlotte has quite yet. But there is a level called Bib Gourmand, which is a great value of great food. And I do think some of the restaurants in Charlotte, I think we'll get a few mentions there. And perhaps even maybe like 1 star.
Maybe a star?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe 2 stars?
2-star might be a stretch, but I think we will get several Bib Gourmand mentions. I think we'll get a 1-star hit. So it's exciting. We're gonna wait and see.
And again, Bib Gourmand, what does that recognition mean?
It means that you're going to get great food at a great value. So there are some solid contenders for the Charlotte area. I can mention them if you'd like.
I don't think people would mind any kind of mention.
So I think when people consider consistency in Charlotte, I've had foodie friends as well as people who may eat around out a lot, and one that comes to mind that always is recommended, may you bring your family, your friends, groups. Custom Shop is a contender. They're in the Elizabeth neighborhood. It's Chef Andres Kiefer's restaurant. I think they're going to be in the running for a Bib Gourmand. Also, Rada, which is in Myers Park, that's been getting a lot of buzz. They were recently actually shortlisted for the New York Times 50 best restaurants.
Yeah, he came in. He actually came in because of the recognition with the New York Times. Sure.
So I think they're in the running for a Bib or maybe a star. I do think they have a shot at least of a Bib Gourmand mention. I'm trying to think who else. Restaurant Constance, which is Sam Dominich's restaurant. He actually has such a wonderful menu. He sources locally with a lot of local farms, and so his menu is diverse. It's always changing, but you get it's plated so beautifully. All the food is delicious. I do think he's going to get some recognition there. There's a handful of others. Longtime Charlotte restaurant establishments. I think the Kindred whole restaurant group, they've got Kindred and Davidson, but then in Charlotte they've recently opened Albertine. I do hope that they get some recognition. I can keep going if you'd like me to.
I mean, yeah, you've got a whole list, right? We can do the Shindy Chen guide here.
Goodness. Yeah, let's see.
You've talked about a lot of these names and restaurants. It sounds like Charlotte is, coming onto the scene at the right time, right? It seems like we have a sophisticated palate out there. It's got to be exciting for the area.
I do think so. I recently wrote an article about how menus are changing. People, in order to be considered as a foodie destination, you've got to have more than a standard a la carte menu. So what's happening is that a lot of restaurants are introducing things like prefix menus, tasting menus, which are that traditional long form, like 8 to 10 courses. The prices are higher, of course, but you are really getting to see what the chef has to offer in terms of his skill, and the food quality is there. The arts, it's basically being served a plate of art when you're looking at it. So the other contenders, I would say, is when you think of Charlotte as a whole, which restaurants offer that kind of high-level tasting menu experience? And I think of Counter, which is Chef Sam Hart's restaurant, because that is one of, yes, it's on the pricier side, but you're getting a whole experience the minute that you walk through the door. Same with Prime Omakase, which is like a sushi restaurant, but that's, if anybody has ever experienced like a full omakase menu where you're getting like 8 to 10 courses of sushi in one sitting, that is also on the pricier side. But again, once you walk in, it is a true experience. So I think that's a different level of cuisine, and I hope that those two restaurants do get some kind of recognition.
So if you are interested in watching tonight, again, your watch party is at, where is it, Stargate?
Substrate.
Substrate
Wine Bar.
in Noda. And what can folks expect if they go out tonight? I mean, the industry types, they kind of know the scene, but...
It's going to be very casual. We're just going to have a watch party where we are live streaming the Michelin Guide ceremony. It is also live from their YouTube channel, but why would you watch at home when you can come join us?
Yeah, there you go. You
So,
probably have some nice eats and drinks as well.
Yeah, we're going to have the food truck out there. However, it's very close to Optimus Hall, so if you want to get some dinner before you join us, then please do. We're going to be out in the open. There's also karaoke tonight. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Yeah, that's totally my scene.
So it's wine, new and old friends, food from everywhere, and then a lot of casual food industry types too. So I hope you do make it out and join us.
It sounds like a good time. A little bit of right here on the beginning of what seems to be a flourishing foodie scene for Charlotte and the Queen City. So that's very cool. What are you most excited about when that list drops tonight?
I mean, the anticipation and the buzz has just been building for so long since Michelin announced that they were coming to the American South. So North Carolina is not the only state that's going to be considered. We're grouped with South Carolina, Tennessee, Louisiana. Florida has its own, but there's also an existing Georgia guide that's going to be added to tonight. So everybody in the food industry in this part of the country is just going to be really excited to see who gets mentioned, how many restaurants get that notoriety and recognition that they deserve. So we're just all excited, and we're ready to support and cheer our Charlotte restaurants on.
Fantastic. All right. Shindy Chen, she will be at Substrate tonight starting at 6-ish.
Yeah, we'll be there at 6.
But the party goes down, the list revealed at 7:15.
Yes, correct.
All right. So enjoy. Looking forward to the recap tomorrow.
Thank you so
and a
much.
list of where to go.